Good morning. It is 9:57 a.m. here in East Tennessee. We're just gonna chill out and watch reels. If you don't like me, good. Fuck you.
You're good as her meth pipe. As what? Oh my god. Her meth pipe. That's evidence now.
These are dying from the heat. Is it the heat? Yep. They're evaporating, they ejaculate, and their whole body blows up.
Is that real?
Bring it up, Demi.
Here, look at this. Oh, bees ejaculating themselves to death in heat waves.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Oh my god, you saw that? I saw you just making shit out of that. Click on that.
The black community really makes me laugh, man. According to Live Nation statistics, Cowboy Carter, aka Beyonce's new tour for her country album, has sold out 94%. Y'all know damn well you're not fans of that shit. Let me tell you exactly what's happening. Chances are she gave a lot of promotions for those tickets. The amount of black folks that are butthurt at anybody who is saying anything against her will buy a ticket. Black folks love to prove a point to white people. See, these black folks spent all their damn money on Beyonce tickets so that they can prove to white people that people actually like that shit. They do the same shit with materials. The reason why I say this is because that country album is fucking dog shit. Despite that, and everyone knowing that 94% sold on a concert tour, for one, she must be playing other songs there too. On top of that, the only way I could see a bunch of people actually buying that shit, knowing how shit it is just to take a shot at white folks. They're taking a shot at the country artist because she was rejected at the CMAs. She undeservingly won Country Album of the Year. And more than enough people said that that shit was trash. So go ahead, waste your money. The black community really makes me like.
Okay. That neighborhood really was just poor black and poor white.
Oh my gosh. A new rescue opens in a cat.
There used to be a 13th month, and they erased it like.
1, 2, ha 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 ha. Alright, look. I'm gonna tell you this for your own benefit. You can yourself, especially when you wrote 90% of it. What you need to do is practice on your freestyles. When you come on missing like Snoop Dogg's police files. You type a minute song that I'm spitting at the end. All this shit was spitting. Buzz it. Then a dozen rappers wanna buzz it. Buzz it. Beat your ass like it's Ellis Husband. 1, 2, ha ha ha. Alright, look. If you'd like to ask a question, ma'am, we can do that. Well, I don't want to assume your gender, but you know, you are. Can you tell me what a woman is? Are you a woman?
Yes, I am a woman. Why are you?
Great. What is a woman?
What is a woman?
Yes.
A person who was born with X chromosome.
I agree.
I
agree. We have learned the culture war. We have done it.
And I please explain what I'm trying to say. It's not to exclude trans women.
Kill them all.
What is your definition of a woman?
You gave the definition, but there is no and or but or whatsoever.
It's not. It's all two genders. That's it. Male, female.
Not just words. Okay. A woman is an adult human female with XX chromosomes. Period. End of story. Not that hard. The answer you gave. If you'd like to ask a question, ma'am, we can do that. Well, I don't want to assume your gender, but you know, you are. Can you tell me?
Accountability is kryptonite to the black community.
What the fuck is? Kill them all.
Kryptonite to the black community.
What the fuck is? Kill them all. Kill every goddamn one of them.
It's not me. So who that is then? That's not me. Who's that then? Who's that?
Idiots. They're dumb as shit. I've never seen a more stupid race of people.
I was even wearing the same shit. Just trained to think that way, man. It's not me. It's not me. I promise it's not me. A little honesty would go a long way. But it's just proof that accountability is just fucking kryptonite.
Get him away. Dodge the jackass.
I can't let you know that it was me. Even though that was me, I will not let you win. Accountability is kryptonite to the black community.
Fuck you sure is, worthless bastards.
Reese's chocolate.
I can't stand the
Do you
motherfuckers.
think I would be more happy right now if I had a child? I live at home and I
You'd
am
be more happy if you wasn't a shitty ass slut.
That wasn't my question.
Instead of being a whore.
A child from your own standard, wouldn't you have already married the person from your own?
Yeah, no, I totally would already be married.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so if you're already married and you have children, you found the
It's
man.
another kind of person who just smack the shit out of a slut. Now your daddy bums. Now you'll be a whore. Go kill yourself, you stupid bitch.
That's all I'm asking you to do.
No, I think maybe if I was with someone that I see myself getting married to and being a great father, I would maybe be more open to having kids. I still think I'd want to be a little bit older
You
than
can't
I
be a
am
great
now.
woman and not be a whore.
Pregnancy, and I'd want to do things that I enjoyed first. I also think that you would say that readiness to anything, like you never know what you're ready for until you're doing it. Do you think I would be more happy, right?
Oh, dumb bitch.
I am over 6 foot tall, which you all think is so ginormous. This is my baby sister.
She's 182 centimeters and the smallest in her family.
All right, let's see it.
Welsh hate dumb
Hey
questions.
there, y'all moving in?
No, ma'am. We just wanted to see what our stuff would look like inside this house, and once we see, we're gonna move it back to our place. Welsh hate dumb questions.
Look like you dumb bitch. Go cat.
So explain, why is being a mummy's boy actually a good thing, or like why are they attacking the relationship between a man and his mother?
Because your mom is an insulation or first line of defense when you deal with problematic women, if she's a good mom. You know, you bring in a chick that's a leech, right? She's not really adding too much value.
My mama would straight up whoop your ass.
That woman, you're like, no,
I wasn't a
especially
mama's
when her
boy,
son is
though.
a higher earner, he has a lot to lose, etc. Your mom is gonna kind of come in and like be a vulture on that chick. This is why so many women hate mommy's boys, because the mom a lot of the times is gonna defend.
I don't know what the fuck I wanted.
Because women understand women better than anybody else, and that's why I say women don't get along with each other, because they understand each other.
So explain
So
why
I don't
is
play
being
bitches. I like watching Oscars. Not just the ones that piss me off.
I no longer have the energy to explain to white children why using
These dumbass motherfuckers.
that is black as your profile picture is digital blackface.
Look at all them piercings. What a dumb bitch. You should walk into a scrapyard and let that magnet pick you up. Tell you in the crusher.
You can't make this shit up, but you can. I can't imagine waking up every single day.
White people this, man. White people. You know what? Go fuck yourself.
Brainstorming, trying to come up with new ways to feel oppressed. It don't even make any sense.
Bitch, I'm oppressed.
Digital blackface. Let's talk about all these white characters turning black. Is that not digital blackface?
I'm oppressed as
Say it
fuck.
again. The Little Mermaid and Astrid are now turning black. That is digital blackface. See, what people like her need to do is take this amount of effort and go look for a job.
Yeah,
Your
no
quality
shit.
of life will improve. I promise.
Stop stealing
Digital
shit.
blackface.
Try shit in a small town.
Okay, so obviously, cereal boxes.
You won't make it far at all.
So yeah, look at this. So you take two side things, fold them in.
Yeah, we
This
already know
war
that.
can freeze anything. Told you my name is. What's up?
What's up? I was just wondering, can I have you remove your sunglasses so I know who I'm talking to?
I'm not going to. I don't even want to talk. I hate the police.
Oh, man, I don't like
I
that.
hate you guys. Like,
But you
if I don't, and I don't have my
cop
trifle.
car? Isn't that like a cop car?
I don't answer questions. It's a mockery of the police. I hate you fucking guys so much. Like when I pray,
Me and him both.
Get over here, Rosie. I pray that you guys' car explodes.
Why is that?
Because you guys are all evil and bad.
They are. All they do is they destroyed my life. They took my license, and I've had to walk for God knows how many years now.
What if we do it along the lines that, like, I'm going to be respectful to you, okay?
Yeah, I'm not respectful to cops.
That's fine. That's fine. If you want to look at me as an officer, I totally understand that.
Take off that costume, that clown costume, then I'll talk to you.
Well, if you took off your sunglasses, it'd probably be easier to speak with you.
What do you want?
I was just saying who you are
I don't want you
like
to know
that.
who I am. I'm incognito.
And you have that right. It's not a
I know
big
my
deal.
rights.
Why are you an incognito?
Because I might have warrants. What if I have a bunch of warrants?
You have warrants.
Yeah. What's up?
What's up?
Typical police shit. I don't answer questions.
I suffer from anxiety and depression. How do those two energies go together? Like, I'm afraid of the future. I regret the past. How did this happen? I blame myself. I need to face my fear. I suffer from anxiety and depression.
That's funny.
Just watch this. I don't understand why you have to pay to live on a planet you were born on. Good question. I mean, it's such a simple question, and it's haunted me ever since. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Ask yourself that question. Why do we have to pay to live on a planet we were born on? And who are we actually paying for the privilege of being alive here? Who made them the boss? Who put them in charge? You know? Think about that. We're looking at a war over water. When instead of feeding the military-industrial complex, we could be building desalination plants all over the world.
Yes, good. Too bad everyone's a fucking retard.
So they can grow crops. But are we doing it? Hell no. Why would we want to do that? Why would we want to empower people to grow food and take care of themselves? Then we can't control them. In my opinion, I believe it was designed this way on purpose. We didn't get to a point where we pay to live here for just a coincidence. It's a reason to it. As always, thanks for watching. You've got to watch this.
Today's Bible verse is...
What it is, my beautiful princess?
Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Matthew chapter 5, verse 6.
Teach, boo.
Don't you know that your situation does not...
Stop it.
How can I respect you as a man if you don't want to get up and fight the war?
And I respect you as a woman to a school vote to send people off to a war. But still,
How can I respect you as a woman if all you want to do is be a whore?
I have the ability and the right to give children, to give life, to add to this population.
You can't give children without me, bitch.
yes, you need men's genetic material to create life. It's not unilateral.
It's unilateral.
Whimsically come up with a child in your brain and you're pregnant. It requires male genetic material
Yes.
called sperm. After the sperm is injected inside of your womb, then the egg is fertilized, then there's life. This is not unilateral.
You can't tell these stupid bitches nothing no more. No one BLM, no one LGBTQ, and all that stupid shit. These trans ass, dumbass, delusional motherfuckers. You can't tell them shit.
Society who claims that they are equal and free can then use a different subset of society to go fight their wars on their behalf. Andrew just cut.
How can I respect you as a man if you...
Every successful man is because they have an amazing woman with them.
Not really. You guys come when we build the castle. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to take someone who doesn't have his own apartment. So when the guy's a businessman, he's making money, that's when he gets the girl, right? So you guys come when there's a nest. That's why they call you chicks, right? You guys are all gold diggers.
Every successful man.
That's true. That's what.
That looks like you gives that person a little bit more ease.
No, I don't really care what they look like. They can look like a monster. I just want them to save my life. I don't care if they're black, white,
Yeah, I don't give a
green, or
fuck what
blue.
color
If
they are.
they're here to save my life, save my life. Why does it got to come down to the race of the person saving my life? I highly doubt
Like your
anybody
tribe
truly
applications,
gives a
they should
damn
be banned.
about the
You
race
should
of
not have
the
to put your
person
race.
that is about to break into their house and save their life, whether their house is on fire or something's happening. Maybe they got an intruder. I don't care. If you're here to save me, you can be blue with pink spots. You could have a half shark, half dog. You're here to save my life. I don't care. Rescue me. Talking about it gives people ease. What ease? Only ease you need to have is the fact that somebody's willing to save your ass. Oh, my house is on fire, and then the fire department comes, and it just so happens to be a white man. No white man. I want a black man to save me. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Oh, man. Get
That's how
over
it is.
this.
If I were to ask you what ugly is, right? Like what is an ugly woman? What does that look like?
Damn slut.
Can you describe that for me?
Disrespectful bitch. Unappreciative bitch.
Can anybody on the panel describe that? Hang on, feminists first.
All women are beautiful. No, they're not. It's like all kids ain't beautiful. Like that kid's ugly as fuck.
They're a beautiful person on the inside. You know, they've gone to all the great spiritual retreats. They're wonderful human beings. I'm just purely talking about their physical looks.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just kind of like the right person will see
I don't see fat bitches as beautiful. They're nasty. Disgusting. Like when COVID's going on, if you're 500 pounds and got a mask on, I'll laugh my ass off at you and make fun of you because you should have been worried about your health 400 fucking pounds ago. Or like a fucking retard, so wear a mask but wear it under your nose, you look like a fucking idiot. Kill yourself. Stupid motherfucker.
I think it's very disingenuous to call it monogamy when it's not monogamy. And the only reason
off camera. It just
Still in
is
the
a statement of fact, right?
No, it's not. Because you're creating a false condition as though life is different when you turn on a camera and turn off a camera. I think I like where we're at right now. What we're experiencing is that you know what you're doing is wrong. So you have this duality in your mind and in your psyche to make you feel like because you turn on a camera, because you're getting paid, now it's okay. When in actual fact, I'll tell you how we know it's wrong. Would you feel comfortable if your father was watching your own subscribing to it?
Probably not now.
You would not feel comfortable, and I'll tell you why. That's because in your heart of hearts, in your soul, if you still got one, you know it's wrong. And I'll give you an example. That's your work. In my work, if my mother consumed my work, I'd be thankful and pleased that she took an interest in my work and supported my work. If she bought my products, I'd be thankful. If your mother or father bought your products, you'd be disgusted and ashamed because you know what you're doing is
Don't
wrong.
be a whore.
The product of what you're doing is bad. I think it's very disingenuous to call it monogamy when it's not monogamy.
It's not hard not to be a whore.
No, it's not.
Under the dirty PM last night, my phone starts ringing. I take a look.
So you're obviously like a professional political pundit. You've had years of training. You know,
Have you ever seen that video?
No.
Pull that video up. A healthy marriage is two servants serving one another. And that is not what you see in society today. I love you as long as you do this for me and you make me feel good. Stop marrying somebody because they make you feel good. That will not last. They will stop making you feel good. A healthy marriage is when you wake up going, how can I serve you? And that person says, how can I serve you? And now it's a race to serve each other. That's awesome. That's not what happens most of the time. It's you better do this, and I'm sick and tired that you don't do that. And how come I don't got this? And where is that? And where is this? And you're all a taker when what you're supposed to be is a giver. And that's why we struggle.
Have you ever seen that video?
No. Pull that video up.
Recently, I just got a huge influx of comments. Angry comments. All seem to be very, very angry black women. And I was thinking, man, what did I say? Because usually all my videos piss y'all off, so this should be no different. But it's because I defended a white girl with braids in her hair. Y'all probably know exactly what I'm talking about. What's funny about the entire thing is that these people are mad at the fact that white people can wear whatever the fuck they want. They're mad at the fact that white people can wear any hairstyle they want, and nobody can legitimately do anything about it. At least if you're going to get mad at something, let it be legitimate. Let it be for good reason. Not because you're hating on somebody because their hair looks good. For the last fucking time, To all the black women who are butthurt about my fucking post, I don't give a fuck. White women can wear braids as much as they fucking want, and there's nothing you can do about it. In fact, y'all ain't whooping nobody's ass over braids. Recently, I just got a huge influx of comments. Angry comments.
Do you think it's a good idea to correct women who are following suit with a high promiscuity count?
How would you correct a woman?
Tell them that they're doing something damaging to themselves.
I think they already know that.
And you can't just think they
Then you
already know
continue to
that,
do it.
what are we
Because
in
you're a
society
stupid whore.
that most women think it's empowering?
You have a good man in your life because you're a fucking idiot.
Humans in society, men and women, have an obligation to correct other people in our society. But the thing is, everyone's so afraid to correct people that degeneracy ends up being some sort of like virtuous, heroic thing, and everyone's championing it. Now we're in basically a disaster. You women have been sold a lie, but the partial truth to the lie is that the leverage you have is your virtue, your virginity, and your ability to be mothers for families. And what happened is feminism told you power. Your power is and that's true, actually. It's true. It's just that they've inverted and told
twisted
you,
it,
go
yeah.
use it. That's your power. Well, no, it's disempowering. You've been lied to. You think it's freedom. It's not. You're literally destroying not only your connections to people, but you're destroying your value economically out on the field. Do you think it's a good idea to correct women who are following suit with a high promiscuity count?
How would you correct?
So if you guys had boyfriends and then your guy says, hey, babe, I'm going to go to a party, a house party. It's a bunch of prawn stars. They all want to have sex with me. Some of them have like peas in their pockets. Like, I'm going to like try to avoid it. How would you feel about that?
If they want to have sex with him, then obviously if he wants to go, he wants to have sex.
So that's the equivalent of when a girl's at the bar.
The men are not stars.
If y'all went to the club and started asking each guy, hey, would you be down to have sex with me? A large majority of the men at the bar are going to say, we can run that. We can leave right now.
Why would I ask that?
Well, I don't think you would, but that's the equivalent of you're at a place where everyone there would have sex with you
And wants to.
Yeah. And there's also dangerous creeps that are willing to like put some in your drink, whatever. So what would happen if your man was at a place where everyone wanted to have sex with him? You would hate that. But if I don't want my girl to be at a place where I know everyone wants to have sex with her, I'm a bad guy who's like insecure.
Let's say we do 100% trust you, right? Maybe we don't trust, like he was saying, the other people in that bar. So that's just us. We just want to protect you.
So if you guys had boyfriends and then your guy...
These runaway slaves hiding in the White House. I feel bad for them in the White House.
The pastor.
In there tap dancing for massa, wearing bow ties and grinding, laughing like nothing is funny. Get out of there, Negro, and stand with your people so that you understand.
They need to burn that church with everybody in it. God ain't on your side. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that wasn't God at all. People that you're telling to go stand with their people did go stand with their people. Because the people that you're telling them to stand with have been rejecting them simply because of who they voted for. They also have been rejecting them for just thinking a different way. So being a black person that got invited to the White House is tap dancing for massa. This is a pastor, by the way. Again, it's Atlanta.
These runaway slaves hiding in the White House.
Your husband says this. You're married. You have 3 kids. And he's like, nah, you're just not going to work. Are you going to be happy with that?
I will be marrying a husband who would be willing to have a conversation with me that appreciates, my thoughts as well.
He's like, I've heard the PowerPoint presentation for why you want to be a boss babe, but my decision is no.
Then that's fine. We can make an agreement on it. If it's a greater benefit, like I said before.
That's negotiations.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of submission is negotiations. The thing is like women are often, due to hormonal regulation, become extremely irrational, especially when they get very close to certain situations or decision making. Sometimes, due to that irrationality, I think it's perfectly acceptable for a husband to do things like say, you're irrational, you're overly hormonal, you need to shut up and go away or walk away from the situation. That's exactly what you need to do, and you need to go somewhere, calm down, and you don't get a say.
That's just extremely disrespectful, and the way you phrase that is in a way that's really not okay. And I won't even give you an answer to that question. I think it's so ridiculously phrased.
It's ridiculous to me. It seems like the irrationality needs to be contended with somehow.
How about your husband says this? You're married. I don't think men should get married.
Okay, I think they should.
Okay, why?
I think most people here would agree with me.
Yeah, most women would agree with you. Why?
The legal aspects, also how it shows commitment, that sort of thing.
Does it?
What's the reason why you don't?
Well, I mean,
Why you
just
have
the
no
commitment
advance?
thing.
You're a
Couldn't that just
slut.
make the reverse argument? A woman who's willing to stay with you absent marriage is more committed to you.
I mean, well, maybe if you care about the woman's happiness.
I guess what I'm trying to get though, because you say, well, it's for the woman, but like, where's the actual benefit to the guy? One of you, if you're trying to convince me, give me a positive.
Women also are more willing to submit if they're in a marriage. Of course, they probably won't as much.
Well, let me ask the girls here a question. Do you want a guy to pay for the first date? Show hands, raise them high, please. Yes, 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 yes. So it's like, hold on, but you're not married. Why do you expect the guy to fall into his traditional gender roles? You're not married yet. So this idea that, oh, I'm only going to submit when we're married, okay, then you can protect yourself and you guys have to initiate dates. You got to do all the things that you guys kind of look to men to do. That's got to be 50-50 now. I don't think men should be married.
Okay, I think they should.
They say Eminem watches your battles. Is that true? Hey, Eminem, is that you? You thinking what I'm thinking? Stand too? Bro, your whole Instagram lately been getting me mad. You think COVID is this liberal plan conspiracy fad, but I think it's time to give them some stats. I'm playing the graph. I brought an extra because I knew this fool would rip it in half. They say Eminem watches your battles. Is that true?
What makes sense? Making a man wait while her 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 previous partner she slept with on the first or second date is like me going to McDonald's. Everyone in the restaurant paid $1 for a cheeseburger. There's 3 people in line ahead of me. They all pay $1 for a cheeseburger. Then I get to the front of the line, ask for a cheeseburger, and the clerk looks at me and says, "It's $1,000 for you, sir."
Okay.
Exactly. Let's see, I got more. Or it's more like making a man wait while her 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Do you see the Disney
Stop being a
tweet?
slut.
Hold that up. Elon,
Number one, Mom, take for dinner.
do you see the Disney tweet? No. Hold that up. Elon Musk is great. He took the Disney logo, flipped Mickey Mouse upside down, and he wrote "These nuts" in the Disney lettering. No. Fucking winner. Really? That's wild. Do you see the Disney tweet? No. Hold that up.
Dinner? If it's your night to cook, order out. I'm sorry.
Where are you at with the marriage stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Well, I mean, from a religious perspective, marriage makes sense. Join us. Not personally. Yeah, there you go. Idealistically, my marriage is cool, I guess. From a religious perspective, I think it's great, but there's just certain realities when it comes to marriage, because at any point in your relationship, let's say both people are religious. At any point in the marriage, for example, as a man, the risks, the point of view from a man, your wife could just randomly choose. She reserves the right at any point to. Sorry, the thing is becoming undone again. Your wife reserves the right at any point to become a feminist and go to the state for recourse in her divorce, where she can get alimony and
Sign a prenup.
Bitch, you need a
prenups
job.
regularly. My understanding, I mean, I'm going to have some family and divorce lawyers on the show eventually, but my understanding with prenups is it can apply for everything earned prior to the marriage. I believe once you're married, it becomes collective property. So whatever you make during the course of the marriage could be subject to,
Yeah, bye bye. I don't give a fuck what else on. You
community
ain't
property.
getting
She
shit.
gets 50% of whatever it was that you made from that. Then there's alimony, et
Fuck,
cetera.
I hate God.
Frequently,
Motherfucking hate Jesus. I hope his goddamn kids choke to death. I fucking hate God. It's a piece of shit. Always has been, always goddamn will be. God is worthless as fuck.
Very wealthy actor, and they had a prenuptial agreement, and it was a very favorable to the wife. The agreement, she would get certain amounts of money, but there was a clause in the prenup that says you will not, if you challenge the prenup in court, you will not receive certain benefits that would have otherwise been awarded to you under the prenup. She went ahead and challenged the prenup anyways, despite the fact that the prenups had something like, I'll give you, I don't know the exact numbers, but she would get an immediate, upon divorce, an immediate
$300K a month. Well, she got $200K in what? Child support? $200,000. She would get an immediate $200,000 payment. I thought it was more.
That doesn't seem
monthly.
I don't know what.
Fucking whore.
She would get an immediate, very large sum, and she'd get some child support now. When she challenged it anyways, then you're talking about lawyers' fees. I think the husband might have to pay them. Anyways,
I ain't paying shit, bitch.
Can I jump in on what you're saying, though?
You are the lawyer, you pay for it, motherfucker.
Even get married, like women are like, I want a high value man. I want the high value and the 12-inch penis and things like that.
You're not a high value bitch.
But anyway,
You're a whore.
the whole idea though of like,
Come on, fuck! God damn it!
Somebody passed, you know, we had an open bed. I'm like, what? So we're literally sleeping on a dead man bed when we first get married. But then we got to grow with each other, and that's a beautiful thing. And so sometimes
God, you said being a piece of shit and pissing me the fuck off. You overrated, worthless fucking bitch. Dear God, fuck you, piece of shit.
I feel like it's important for a woman to still work, and like if I got married, I would sign the prenup so my husband, you know, wouldn't have that lingering thought in his head like, okay, well, what if she doesn't want to be with me, but she doesn't have anything, so she's not going to say anything and just, you know, use me. So I feel like it's important for a woman to still have her own, you know, motion going on, her own stream of income, and the man has his own thing going on too, because if you don't want to be with him, you can leave and you won't feel stuck and trapped and then hate your life. Like, you know, I feel like I could never like just be taken care of and not do anything. Like I'd have to have some kind of business going on or
he's
something.
not looking for money from you. He's obviously, if he's high value, making all this money, driving the Lambos. So in that regard, he's looking for something that maybe he didn't have those first 20 years when he's building his empire. So he's looking for someone to help build that family. So then it's kind of what value are you bringing to the table at that point? He doesn't need $100,000, $200,000, even $1 million if he's making 10, let's say. I don't know. He's Kevin Costner.
Value shouldn't be based
on the market
upon money, though.
I feel like if you're going to get married, you shouldn't have to question your partner, like, oh, I'm going to get a prenup. Like, that wouldn't even cross my mind.
You're planning for it
forever.
to fail.
No.
No, if you have a prenup, it's like,
that's how I feel.
It's like when this fails,
yes,
this is
You
what
guys
we're
have a
going to do.
prenup? I honestly, I don't think so.
We had no money.
I know when I get married, I'm also going to sign a prenup. Not necessarily because I'm wanting something to fail. I don't think that my marriage is going to fail. I'm religious. I wouldn't get married to you if I thought it was going to get failed in the first place. However, there are things like affairs where if something were to occur where I can get an annulment through my own church, then yeah, I would go
Dear
go
God,
ahead and
fuck you.
get a divorce or something.
But when you're married, you're supposed to stay with them through thick
I'm sorry, I'm not going to
and
stay with a cheater though. You know what I'm saying?
forgiveness.
No,
Yeah,
there's
I
something
don't
that
believe in that cheating
God
shit.
is out
That
of your
hurt a
life,
bit.
especially if God leaves our relationship. I do not want.
I do want to ask those who are perhaps more pro-marriage. And again, look, from a religious perspective, I don't object to it. And also, I just want to make something clear. I think you can object to the institution of marriage, but also be in favor of a long-term, committed, monogamous. Like you could raise children, have a nuclear family without involving the government, without getting married. And so I guess it's a two-part question. Can you present to me, those of you who perhaps are more in favor of marriage, compelling and convincing arguments why I or other men should get married, and assuming that these men are otherwise open to having a nuclear family, say they're open to having not just open, but desirous of having a monogamous, long-term life partner. I think when we have these iPhones that we can look at enough about, say that
Yes, I don't put up no cheating bitch.
you can look at porn all day. Shouldn't we all just be
And you turn end up in the flower garden.
Oh my goodness, I can see any person at any time at anything, and people are depressed, people are walking around not feeling good. Self-deletion rates are high. Sorry, it was on the list. And so we have to look at that. Why does somebody want to get married?
Sounds like a bunch of pussies to me.
And it's beautiful because it's a great environment for me to raise my children in. I get to have children. When you have those kids and just getting to, it's something that once you do, you get that full experience. But, it's a better environment for them. It is better for me to be married because it's way harder to step out on this relationship because we are absolutely committed to each other till death. But again, I think you mentioned love. You can have monogamy. You can have all these things outside of marriage, and you mentioned, well, it's great for the kids, but
you're worried about they're going to walk on you. Well, it got a little hard. The sex isn't as good. I saw it on OnlyFans.
Right, but we have a massive divorce industry. So this idea that marriage forever keeps people in relationships is fallacious, because clearly people are getting divorced, even deeply religious people. So
let me bring up an interesting topic for you then. So with arranged marriages, they have a 4 to 6% roughly divorce rate, and we got 40 to 50% divorce rate. And some people say, I worship the God of science, lowercase g, and they say if it's in a scientific thing, then I'm going to worship it, and I care about it. But then when you come to something like this, then they go, well, I feel like I can choose my emotions just right over.
But what percentage of marriages do you think will in 2024 are coming from arranged? That are arranged. I think it's
I think one of the big things is they don't know each other. They're working on their relationship. They're saying we're not going anywhere. We're going to be in this thing for the long haul versus just we'll try it. If it doesn't work, we'll get the divorce. And we got 97% of alimony payments are made by men to women. So if I am the feminist, then I can jump out.
He was saying how many marriages are arranged.
It's probably very few. I assume it's very few.
I feel like Dwight. I feel like a billion people in India would say.
Oh well, sure, but I'm looking more at it from the U.S. perspective, or even the Western perspective, where I think marriage is something that's typically more voluntarily entered into as opposed to arranged. Now we can certainly have a conversation of should we have arranged marriages? Perhaps it works, but I think that's unlikely to be a realistic implementation anytime in the near future, anyways. So, look, again, my concern is just I just don't see a compelling argument for it when I can have the family, I can be monogamous without having the state involved in my
it's so
my
much more commitment, and also
it's so
much more commitment.
Is it?
Yeah, my parents always taught me that once you're in a marriage, you're in it, and you're not getting divorced.
But you're removing agency from the individual. It's basically there's the state's gun pointed at you in one way or another, saying, well, if you guys get divorced, then there will be financial ruin. And I think that's a terrible reason to stay in a relationship. Well, there will be financial repercussions if you don't. How about just build a really solid relationship with somebody?
So it's not really it shouldn't be the state pointing a gun at you, being like,
you want a man to lead, but you don't want to be a follower. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I got to send the asteroid on that one. Holy shit. On a biological and attraction level, I would say most women want men to be leaders, pay for the first date, take initiative, make the first move, do all these things, right? But you also simultaneously, you want men to be leaders, but you don't want to be followers. And that's the breakdown, I think, in most relationships, is you have women who desperately want men to be strong, to be masculine, to be
leaders, need to shut the fuck up, not be a dumb bitch.
You cannot be a leader with a mutinous non-follower. I cannot lead somebody that's not prepared to follow me. It's like a dance. If both try to lead, it's a disaster. If both try to follow, it's a disaster. Someone has to lead, someone has to follow. You're shaking your head. You disagree. Look, if you want to be, as a woman, you want to be more masculine, you want to be more dominant, you want to take more of the lead in the relationship, that's your call. But if you're a woman and you want a guy to be the leader, you ought to be the follower. That's the only way it works. You want a man to lead, but you don't want to be a follower.
Okay, this video is for white people.
Another dumbass nigga.
This is my first biracial wedding that we're at right now.
How about we just stop worrying about the race of the individuals getting married and worry about their happiness, because that's why they're getting married.
The black people are dancing. The white people are sitting down.
Oh, it's not a stupid nigga.
So I just want to know, white people, when you were watching black people dance, like, what are you thinking?
Couldn't you just go to the wedding and
not thinking about your crybaby black
I was
ass?
the person that invited you to the wedding, and I saw this.
Oh, well, I'm black. Well, fuck you. Typical nigger.
Oh my God!
Typical
Seeing
nigger.
things through a racial lens must be painful, because this.
I'm racist because they fucking deserve it.
I've got kicked out of the black community, and people consider me white. I can answer this. They don't give a fuck. If the dancing's good, anybody's going to like it. If the dancing's bad, everybody's going to laugh at it. It doesn't matter if they're black, white, green, or blue. If they're dancing, they're dancing. If they're sitting, maybe they don't feel like dancing. I wouldn't let you come back because that's pretty disrespectful. Can you imagine if a white woman did this whole video?
I don't give a shit.
Okay, this video's for white people.
Hey, Matt, can I say something respectfully? I come from a very toxic household, too. I've been working since I was 16 years old. I've never sold my body. I did everything I could to get to where I'm at. I'm a licensed therapist now, and I content create. Do you know how hard it took me to get to where I'm at? And I've never sold my body. So when you're saying that, it's kind of like an excuse. I'm not trying to attack you whatsoever, because like I said, it's your life, whatever, but you're using the excuse of having a toxic family. I didn't have a mom. I didn't have a lot of things growing up. So you can work at a warehouse. You can do a lot of things. I make 6 figures now because of social media. Sir, but I had to get up there. I used to part-time just like her. And I didn't want to do that. I used to wash dishes. I used to work in a freaking warehouse loading trailers. Who wants to do that? No. So when you guys are saying this stuff and then talking about God, it makes no sense. If you cared a lot about God, you follow the way He wants you to be, not however you think you should be. And like the excuses to me, I'm not trying to be rude, but it just sounds crazy.
Well, you know, like I know it sounds crazy, like I and I sin, but I still pray to God every day.
So if I steal every single day and tell God, please thank you, like how does that work? If I go hurting people in this world and then say, oh God, forgive me, you're not learning your lesson. Okay, when you make a mistake and you pray to God, God sees you for what you do afterwards. And you don't feel bad enough, you don't care enough, because it makes you stop. And like I said, you just said your game, right? You're beautiful. You know how many people would click on your freaking Twitch because of how you look? You don't even have to do anything. Sir, I can help you make money instead of doing all that. Can I say something respectfully? I come from a very
women are
toxic
stupid.
household too. I've been working since I was 16 years old. I've never
Dumb
sold
as
my body.
shit.
I did everything I could to.
At least 90% of them are
Why this
stupid.
girl Heather McDonald blacked out on stage while she was making jokes about being vaccinated, and then she blacks out and cracks her skull? Have you seen that? Yes. Legitimately. It was the first time in my life I was like, there's no.
Fuck, stop your shit.
Yeah. They're just, something's that can't be so dead on. Like, this is like God is a scriptwriter. How is that a real thing? That's a video where someone she didn't do it when she was making fun of her boyfriend. She didn't do it when she was talking about idiots in traffic. It was when she was talking about the vaccine and how I even still got my period, so Jesus loves me more. Like, there's no way. It's too good. The timing was exquisite. You couldn't have, if you had a movie where that was a scene, you could not have scripted or timed it any better. Where you would tell her, and drop. Holy shit. He said, what?
Break with a buddy. Kit Kat breaks are better with others. Others who don't ask for any of your Kit Kat.
A man with few friends or no circle at all, that's someone you don't want to cross. He's learned through tough experiences that quality always beats quantity. He doesn't need a crowd to feel strong. His power comes from within. While others chase after validation, he chooses to walk alone. He's seen the fake friendships, the drama, and the betrayals. And he's cut all of it out. Now he stands untouched, at peace. He doesn't need anyone to make him whole. A man with few friends.
If you like to know the standard for men is essentially, this is why
Look, why need to kill all these motherfuckers? We shoot every fucking one of them. Come try shit in a small town and get blasted back out the door. I would have went over there and kicked that fucking buggy over.
This is why we can't have nice things. More incidents like this are increasing now. This has affected local businesses as they lost money.
Look how fucking worthless these people are.
Local businesses are losing money and customers because y'all don't want to act right. Why are you dry humping the delivery robot? But wait, there's more. Make sure you hit that follow button for the daily ratchet because the shit keeps on coming. It's like the gift that keeps on giving that nobody fucking wants.
Look at this shit, not the black people. Shoot every fucking one of them. Just go in there and fucking mow them down. You never do that. You never do that in a small town. Never. It is impossible. It will never happen.
In this type of war, doing this shit
There you go.
At least 10 or 20 per day, because that's how many I get tagged in. Because if you can see these videos of me calling this shit out and still be mad at me, the problem is bigger than you think, bro. And it's not with me. How the fuck am I supposed to take credit for bringing the black community down? And I'm at work
Stupid
right now.
niggas. Kill them all. Every fucking one of them.
Shit right now, and I guarantee I'm gonna be covering it.
Let's go, Stanley. I'm black.
All the way fucked up.
You get shot in the forehead.
I see. His advice.
Hang on, let me finish.
I'd like to have a word.
Okay, you tell me.
And communicate those inner worlds that we have, and sometimes we misinterpret with one another to try and create an understanding and basically encourage empathy.
I don't care. I used to love black people. I can't stand them motherfuckers now.
I can't even breathe in just thinking, man, check. What the fuck? Yo, why is so smoking?
Overweight single mom who lives with her parents wants man who makes $5 million a year to marry her under a prenuptial agreement that he doesn't have access to the wealth in a trust that she doesn't know the rules of or how much is in it. Does that summarize it?
Yeah, but I get it. I'm overweight.
That's not the key and point. What I'm looking at is the idea versus the
Overweight is
reality.
disgusting.
I think what he's just trying to say, it's a bit not.
Well, I wish I could count like that. That sounds intelligent. Whatever, bitch. Church is a waste of time.
Everything you can see that's brown. Close your eyes. Tell me everything you saw that was red. Now, obviously, you saw a lot more brown, didn't you? Yeah. Why? Because you're looking for it. Open your eyes. Now look for red. Look for red anywhere you can find red. Any place you can find red.
Okay.
Okay? Did you find more red this time? How come?
Because I was looking for red.
That's right. Once you develop a belief, you find what supports it. So watch this. I bet you saw some beige shit, called it brown just to feel successful, did you?
Right over there.
I bet you saw some things burgundy and called them red just so you could feel successful.
Factored in some of those now and later.
See what I'm saying? If you think you're screwed up, you're messed up, you're going to find and you're going to color yourself that way. I'll give you a little test.
Maybe his mind over matter is what they say, but I don't. That logic makes no sense, man. It's bullshit. So the stupid black bitch is saying.
No offense, because black women get offended by white people just breathing. So the no offense in the beginning is always warranted. Because they don't know. They don't know if you're going to.
I don't give a fuck if you are offended.
And she didn't mean it.
Grow up, pussy.
I'm pretty sure she was just being genuine. Would you have been happier if she said you look like the help? If a person compliments you, just take the compliment and move on. This person just tried to be nice and you tried to turn it into something else. Just be lucky they didn't call you a fucking. There are many more things people can call you other than a princess. If someone says you look like an African blank, princess is probably.
Wah, cry, grow up, bitch.
You'll sit there in a heartbeat claiming strong and independent, but crying over a compliment. Give me a fucking. I gotta say that princess. You fucking.
Have you ever seen that Jon Stewart?
Kids butt could have.
That's the thing about being alone. It's not that you feel. That's the thing about being alone. It's not that you feel like you don't have anybody. It's like you feel like nobody has you.
There you go.
Man, I know, and especially when we're young, that's so. We can't even put it into words, but we can feel
Been that way since I was a kid. Never had no one.
a lot as a child. Just feel like nobody has. That's the thing about being alone. It's not that you feel like you.
Stop, you dumb bitch.
You feel like nobody has you. Man, especially when we're young, it's so. We can't even.
Let's go down.
I never got a chance to see you in person. I just want to know if I can give you my music real. Yeah, give us your You must get that a lot because you made two superstars, so that comes at a heavy price.
I actually don't, because I'm never out like that. Like, yeah. You ain't skateboard.
You get on them at the skateboard?
They just going about skating.
See, that must be great for you to kind of be in that world. They're not treating you a little way.
It's just not about just better or nothing like that. It's different.
I never got a chance to see you.
Almost up.
I partnered with Baby Duff to supply my wife.
Well, I've got my rod and I've got my bait. All I've got to do is sit here and wait for the big, big fish to come my way. Even if it's gonna...
It's frozen. Oh my god.
Ta-da!
No. They got Gonzo. Gonzo the Muppet. They got him. They fucking got him. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who's Gonzo? If you don't know Gonzo the Muppet from Sesame Street, man, what the fuck have you been for the last 40 years?
Monster with a big blue nose. Looks like Squidward.
They didn't just fuck up everybody's childhood.
Everyone, there's something I need to tell you.
Oh, fuck.
The Princess of
That's
Egypt ball
Gonzo.
tonight was me.
The trans Gonzo should kill it.
Why?
Murder
Why?
it.
What?
It's nasty. It's disgusting.
They need to leave fucking kids alone, bro. This is being forced. Can't tell me there's no agenda. No. They got Gonzo.
Sounds like gay
Gonzo
people.
the
It's
Muppet.
just fucking disgusting.
When you have addiction, you want to do something that harms you. You got Ludacris in the mother.
Did you guys know that a lot of fast food restaurants in the black community are closing down? If they're not closing down, they're closing their lobby doors. More than likely because they always have shit going on and they probably want to prevent it. In the video I'm about to show you, this lady goes completely psycho out of Wendy's.
Except for the black bitch.
Shit's already off to a bad start.
Typical nigger shit.
In that time. These are the people who are making your food. I'm just saying.
Bitch, you ain't getting no food. You ain't getting no food, bitch. I'm hitting your black ass with a cash register. I'm embarrassed for your kid. We need to bring back slavery. We wouldn't have this shit. Get down, you idiot motherfuckers! What's up? Get out of the way, idiot piece of shit! Who's up there today? Okay. Microwave stopped. Finally kaput, so I took it outside and put it down to 12 gauge. Stop, you idiot goddamn dogs. God, mouse, work before I throw you.